Perhaps the deepest human craving is to be loved, to feel love, to feel that you are valued and worthwhile. And it's this feeling that actually gives you a sense of identity. And the scariest thing we ever encounter in this world is feeling like you don't have an identity and that you don't belong. And I tell you, society is actually becoming more and more riddled with depression and suicide. And I tell you that in the world today, it's estimated that there is around 450 million people living with depression. And that is a statistic by the World Health Organization. And in addition to that, each year in this world, we have 1 million suicides. For every successful suicide, there are many more attempts. There's around 10 to 20 million attempts every year. Australia, we have the highest youth suicide rate in the world. We actually have a suicide rate which is higher than our rate of people being killed by car accidents. Now, we have a situation in the States where suicide for males between the ages of 35 and 49 is the number 3 cause of death. And it makes you ask the question, what is wrong? What is wrong with us? What is this fundamental flaw within us that seems to make us fall into these traps of getting so depressed and getting to the point where somebody would want to exit this world? Now, I tell you that the feeling of acceptance often comes through feeling that we need to achieve and perform certain things to make people value us. And I'll show you a song from a band called Radiohead, and it's called Creep, and it was really popular. And it goes like this: I want a perfect body, I want a perfect soul, I wish I was special. I want you to notice when I'm not around. Then it goes on to the chorus: I'm a creep, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What am I doing here? I don't belong here. Really comforting song, hey? I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo. What am I doing here? And that's the question that we ask when we don't feel like we've got it going on, we don't feel like we've got the right features, the right facial structure, the right body, whether it's the right talents, social status. If we don't feel like we have certain things, then we feel a lack of belonging. And so what happens in our society today, you watch the media is totally geared to this, and they know so well. And you watch the escapist mentality where we want to escape our reality, because in this world we can't be who we want to be, but in the movies we can. And so we'll do anything to drown out that feeling of worthlessness that we have and escape and step into somebody else's reality. It's a fantasy. And you notice that all the teen flicks, they know that the young teens, they crave for this, and so they take an ugly duckling girl and take her and create her into the prom queen, and she wins the heart of the jock. Yeah, you've seen that before? And with the guys, it's, turning the guy into the jock, and suddenly has these great talents, and he wins the heart of the damsel in distress, and it's all happy endings. And it appeals to that craving that we have. Notice the competitions that are run, like Australian Idol is about taking the underdog, some average Joe, and making them into somebody famous, and it so appeals to that craving that we have. And now, the thing is that often reality is very harsh. The world is very harsh with the way it judges us, and it's very critical. And if you don't make the cut, then too bad. See, have a look at a song from Destiny's Child, and this song is called Bootylicious, Bootylicious. And the words are, my body is too bootylicious for you, babe. People are laughing here. I didn't say that. It's a quote from a song. I wouldn't say that about myself. And this song shows that these girls are actually finding value in their physical appearance, and you can see that in their film clips and stuff, and they're showing their bodies off. And the same group, though, have another song which is called Nasty Girl, and it goes like this: Nasty girl, go put some clothes on, I told you. Don't go leaving the house looking like that. And you wonder, what's this going on here? Because you realize these girls, they show themselves off, so why would they be saying, go put your clothes on? And you look at the film clip, and they have actors acting in this film clip, and the actors, the women that are singing and dancing in this song, are overweight. And the message goes home: nasty girl, go put some clothes on, I told you. You're nasty, you're trashy, you're sleazy. You don't make the cut. And the world is cruel. It is so cruel with the way it judges our value. Yet the world can never tell you how much you're worth because the world doesn't know. And sometimes we allow people that we don't even respect to dictate our lives and to place a value on us which we carry with ourselves through life. The whole thing is flawed. If you have some great talent, there's a fear that it's going to be taken away from you. Here you've got a band, you've got some guitars and some vocals. And see, I have a little mother that is very short. And let's just say here's a scenario and something goes wrong for me in this scenario. I want to help her because she's so short, and she's so cute, and she's reaching up and trying to get cups out of a cupboard, and she just can't reach. And she says, "Oh, darling, I need you to help me." And so I wanted to help her by making her self-sufficient with a little stool. And even though I like my mum telling me that I'm strong and, "Hey, mum, check out my muscles." And she's like, "Oh, darling, very good." But it's okay when it's your mum, But anyway, and and I go to make her this little stool, and so she can now stand up. But while I was making the stool, I accidentally cut off all my fingers. And now I step up to stage, and I'm trying to play my guitar in front of the crowds, and everybody is, some people are laughing, some people are worried and upset, but nonetheless I can't do it. And the question that comes home to me now is, who am I now? When what you have is taken away, then who are you? You realize that the suicide rate of retired people is sometimes much higher than the youth suicide rate. When we define ourselves by what we do through all our life, we get to a point and realize that the whole thing is superficial and that we have no true security. And here and now, before we lose those gifts and talents, we live with a subconscious fear that it will be taken away from us. And then we start to realize that our heart craves for something more. Our heart craves to be in a situation where we actually care about our friends so much and we don't feel feelings of jealousy. Yeah, when they step into our field and they're like us and they do the similar things that we do and they're maybe even better than us, and that just comes in and buffets us because we have found our identity in what we do, and once somebody comes into that sphere, then they're challenging our position in the world. And that's why we feel the feelings of jealousy and hatred towards our best friends,